Hello, everyone. Welcome to this bonus, extra special little mini episode of Mindful in Minutes. I am so excited because today is publication day. Mindful in Minutes, You Are Not Your Thoughts, the 8-week guided meditation journal for anxiety. It is here. It is published. It is available online, all the places. Also, I think a good amount of bookstores in person. If you're here in the Twin Cities like I am, you can pick it up at local bookstores like Comma and all sorts of stuff. You may also be seeing it. I don't know if I can tell you where, but you might be seeing it this spring in somewhere kind of big. Actually very big, which I'm really excited about, but I can't share that. I don't think I can share that quite yet. But anyways, and of course, it's available on the internet, guys. You can hear me probably flipping through it. Is there such a thing as book ASMR? I think that's what that I think that's what that was, me flipping through the pages. I'm holding it here in my hands. Anyways, I'm so excited about this. I did this with the last book with Mindful Minutes Meditation for the Modern Family, where I think I read the introduction to kind of celebrate, to give you guys a little vibe check for the book. So yeah, I thought I would do that again and just read you the introduction and walk you through what to expect in this journal. Also, I want to read the dedication because it's pertinent to all of you. So let's just dive in, shall we? I will read the dedication, I'll read the introduction, and then I will just briefly walk you through what to expect in the journal. So if it resonates with you, amazing, you can pick it up. If not, that's cool too. I hope you enjoy this little live reading, especially because the first book is available on Audible. It's available as an audiobook, but this one, since it's the first section is a book, but then the second section is a journal. It obviously doesn't have an audio book component, but there is, if you have the US version or you ordered one of the signed copies for me, you got the version that has the QR code that does have a little bit of an audio component to it. But yeah, what I will say before I dive in is that the same illustrator did the illustrations and the images and the artwork in this book, and it is so beautiful. Esty is a whiz with the watercolors. I love it so much. And one of the things that I heard time and time again about the first book was how visually beautiful you all thought it was with the images. And I think this one is even better. It's really when you have a journal, you want it to look nice, right? Don't you want it to I don't know. I always want it to look nice, and that's just part of the experience. We have this beautiful little journal. Okay, but anyways, welcome to my live reading. So the dedication. To my podcast listeners, thank you for letting me be a part of your life and for changing mine. Introduction. I want to begin this journal by welcoming you with open arms. Anxiety is not fun. It is not easy, and it isn't something any of us want to live with. Yet here you are. Even with whatever you are experiencing right now, you are showing up. You are not alone. Anxiety can feel very different for everyone, but whatever you are feeling and experiencing is valid and real. I welcome you, I respect you, and I hope you give yourself credit for taking this step, as the first step is always the hardest. By picking up this journal, you are choosing to say yes to learning how to soothe your anxious mind, body, and heart through the artful practices of meditation and journaling. You're taking a step towards relief and accepting an invitation to a more mindful and peaceful existence. I couldn't be happier that you're here. I first dipped my toe into the nervous waters of full-blown anxiety when I was in middle school. I didn't know it at the time, but the sweating, the repetitive thoughts, the fast heart rate every time someone would talk to me were symptoms of anxiety, and they had come to stay for the long haul. Throughout my life, anxiety has ebbed and flowed through different seasons. It turned me into a person I hardly recognized when it peaked in my early 20s. But then I discovered meditation. And for the first time in a long time, I felt able to take a full, deep breath. Meditation provided a life raft that not only saved me from drowning in my thoughts, but helped me learn to ride the waves of anxiety as they came. I found that the more I incorporated meditation into my life, the smaller the waves became. I was finally able to live a full, balanced life again. Over the past 10 years, meditation has taught me how to break free from my cycles of anxious thoughts. I've learned how to be an objective observer of what's happening within and around me by cultivating the skill of introspection. Through meditation, I was able to recognize that I was independent from my thoughts, that I existed outside of the inner dialogue that was constantly running in the background of my mind. Like a child holding a balloon, there was the person, me, and then there was the thing I was holding on to, my anxious thoughts. All I had to do was let go and watch that balloon float away into the ether. Thoughts are just that, thoughts. Not facts, not truths, not certainties. They are as temporary and erratic as that balloon, and they exist separately from the person you are at your core. My meditation practice taught me how to exist outside of the anxious background chatter that constantly ran through my mind. I hope this journal will do the same for you. That's why this journal is titled You Are Not Your Thoughts. My hope is that through the next 8 weeks, you too will cultivate the skill of introspection, to recognize and release the harmful, debilitating thoughts you're holding on to. This will give you the space and freedom to exist separate from your anxious mind and recognize that anxiety is something that happens to you. It is not you. Although the gift of introspection and perspective was one of the greatest gifts my meditation practice gave me, it also gave birth to a deep love of writing and creating. Putting pen to paper gave me an outlet to express what I was experiencing through words and visual expression, aiding in my quest to process and release my anxious thoughts. Combining these two habits together in a daily practice gave rise to one of the largest shifts in my relationship with anxiety. Now I share that practice with you so that you too can find the peace of mind and freedom you deserve. For the past 10 years, I have shared meditations and practices just like the ones found in this journal with my students through classes, workshops, and on my podcasts, Mindful in Minutes and Meditation Mama, and on retreats across the globe. To say meditation changed my life would be an understatement. It has transformed my life, and it can transform yours too. Thanks for being here. So that is the introduction. And then as we look, you can probably hear the pages here. You're back to your book ASMR. There is the first part, like I said, is like a traditional book. So there's the intro. There is how to use this journal. There's like a quick start meditation guide, talks about what meditation is, meditation versus mindfulness, how to journal, benefits of journaling, meditation in your brain, what to do with distractions, anxiety in your brain, anxiety meditation, meditation positions, all of that. And then it goes into the journal portion. So there's 8 weeks, and each week has a different theme. So we start with week 1, which is acknowledging and accepting your anxiety. And each day you have a meditation practice. You have a journal prompt that coincides with that practice or is related to it, and then a mantra for daily use. So week 1, like I said, accepting and acknowledging your anxiety. And then week 2, we do anxiety and the body. And then week 3, we have anxiety and your mind. And then week 4 is anxiety in your heart, or like the emotional aspect of it. And then we shift into the second half. So week 5 is going to be soothing your anxiety. And then week 6 is reframing your anxiety. And then week 7 is, let's see, what did I call week 7? I can't remember what I called it, but it's basically like putting all the puzzle pieces together. And then week 8 is your victory lap. Let me see here. Week 7... the purple week. Oh, living through anxiety is what I called it, week 7. And then week 8, moving beyond your anxiety. So yeah, that is that. Every day it has a little meditation practice you can do, a mantra, and a journal prompt. And yeah, that's it. So if you are working on your anxiety this year in the new year, or anytime you're listening to this, maybe you want to pick this up. I truly have found meditation, like I said in the introduction, it really has transformed my life. It's something that has ebbed and flowed. And then I started working on this journal and kind of this like method, I guess, this like 8-week method of starting with like accepting and then body and mind and heart. And I walk you through in the journal like why it goes in that particular order. But I started creating this idea and this method and ultimately this journal when I was working through postpartum anxiety after Pork Chop was born. So it's something that really has changed my life and transformed it. And I am feeling just so much better, so much happier now that anxiety is not, it still pops up from time to time, but it's not like the totally debilitating thing that it once was in my life. And so my hope is that maybe this journal, if you know, and maybe this journal can help you too. So you can pick this up anywhere. I'll, link to all the places in the show notes. But I just wanted to share that with you on publication day because this is a day I've been looking forward to for a long time. I was kind of putting the finishing touches on this journal and like submitting it. It was interesting. I had a really wild week where I found out I had just come back from the New Year's Eve retreat last year in Iceland, and which was like magical. If you were there, it was like so special. And I came home, and then a few days later, I found out I was pregnant with baby Poppy. And a few days after that, my manuscript was due for my journal. And it was just like a wild week, all of that, with all those things happening all at once. So yeah, that's it. Just a fun fact of when I when I had to turn in the manuscript for this, and then it's just been coming to life from here on out. And now it's finally here, and I'm holding it with this book ASMR. I feel like online I hear people, do little sound. I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it up here because train's going off the tracks. But if this speaks to you, pick up a copy. If you already have it, I hope you are loving it and it is helping you. And thank you guys for giving me a space to create what I love. So that's all. Bye.